Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do how to colorize a black and white photo using Photopea. It's a little different than Photoshop because there is no history brush in Photopea, but it is pretty simple using tools that you already know how to use. So I'm going to open a picture by doing File Open, and I want to pick not that one. That one. Okay, there it is. If I do Control 0, Command 0 on a Mac, sorry, do 0, not O, you will get a full screen. Okay? Now, what I need to do is duplicate this layer, the background layer here. I just right-click on it and go Duplicate Layer. Now I have two. And this layer 1, I'm going to convert that to black and white by going Image, Adjustments, and down to Desaturate. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename my layers. I call this black and white. And I'm going to call this one color. It's always a good idea to name your layers. Now we're going to use a tool you already know. The raster mask, or layer mask as it is called in Photoshop, is right here. So I'm going to make a layer mask on this black and white layer. Then I'm going to go to my brush. If I push B on the keyboard, it gets me the brush tool. And I'm going to make my brush fairly big. And this time with a hard edge, because this thing I have is mechanical. If it was an animal, I'd probably use a soft edge. Okay? Now, as long as it's black down here, it's going to take away. So if I start painting over this, it will take away the black and white on that top layer, and it will let the color show through from the bottom layer. Now here's a little trick you can use. If you hold down the Shift key and you use the brush, it goes straight across. Now this part here, I need to use a much smaller brush. So I'm going to go up to my brush up here. I'm going to bring it way down in size. And then I'm going to zoom in by doing Control plus or Command plus. Oh, I've got to click out of the brush tool first. Then let's do this. So Control 0 is the whole picture, and then Command plus is here. So now I've got a smaller brush, and I can continue painting. And filling in all these little bits. So just like with the flower, if you watch the other video, you want to trace around the edges. I'm going to go up here a little bit and get this light on the roof. And this part up here. Get this edge here. Now I'm going to make my brush a bit bigger again and fill in those spaces. Now this is really subtle, the color of the train there. And the roof is black, so if you can see how it's changed, but I can go Control or Command 0 again. I keep doing O, I mean 0, and I'm going to finish off the roof. Okay, so when you're done, you have part color and part in black and white. Then the last thing to do is to go File, Export as JPEG. And then you can just click Save. And now I have a file here that I can put onto my website, down in my downloads in Chrome. If you have any questions, be sure to ask.